What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BT23 and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG like we do every Friday. We're here to talk about card prices. We're here to talk about how things are going with the Digimon meta and looking at tournament prices, hype prices for future sets, as well as what's going on with the meta and what's happening with card prices there too. So we're gonna get into it right now. We're gonna look at what the market is like and just gonna show you some cool stuff, some new stuff that's coming up on the market right now, as well as looking at those, like I said, looking at those tournament cards, seeing how those prizing cards are doing. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, so we're starting with our regionals participant stuff. As you can see, the stuff's got more listings on the market. Market price is still staying a little bit higher. You know, you got these guys here all at about like, you know, 15 bucks or less, basically 10 to 15 right here, with the Kukuamon being really low. So there's that. And then, you know, with their actual prices being a little bit like, well, this one's a little bit higher, but mostly like $4 there, $7, $4, really getting cheap. So you can usually get something in between that price, you know, if not getting the lower price. So really coming down there. We got so many copies on the market now. Now this is the time to start buying this stuff. Then for Ultimate Cup stuff, the Shoutmon is actually finally coming down here. We got more listings of that. Still trending up around 50 bucks, but now we're getting to around, you know, you're seeing sales for about 40, which is the price to get into the Ultimate Cup, to get your participation. So that's pretty sweet. And then we have the X4 is actually trending up. Its market price is a lot lower, like $35, but we're seeing that we have less copies because it's top 16, so we're seeing it bump up at least until we get another Ultimate Cup. And then Shoutmon X7, it's the champ card. It's always going to be expensive. The other thing we have is we have our event pack, our special event pack, Analog Youth, sitting there at 10 bucks. You see a lot of the other stuff is really low. Melgreymon and Doraemon are like next to nothing. But then Rivals is still up at 10 to 20. And then you have the Quartzmon, which is a reprint, $5 or $6. But then the Protoform's still expensive at 30, 35 bucks. The Shadramon's still the best card in the set, but it's come down quite a bit from 86, 75 bucks. It's now around 45 to 50. So we're seeing that again, more copies on the market. Prices are coming down. So that's really great and exciting. And hopefully we'll get some of these stuff from our next event packs. Moving on. So the new puppet support coming in EX9. So we're seeing some hype for Syndromon here. You can see, you look at her pricing there. It's going up. Up. Yeah, there's not a lot on the. It's basically already seen a buyout. So now, like, because it was way down 20 bucks, and now it's seeing that buyout kind of happen here. Yeah, it's got 2 sales and it's over 50 bucks. So yeah, definitely put this up for sale right now if you have it and you don't want it. The other thing that's kind of nuts is the it's like 30 bucks for the Super, which is pretty expensive. Kind of makes EX7 an even better set. But you also have Arissa from EX7, and she's just kind of shot up here into like the $30 range here. Lots of copies on the market. It'll be a while until it gets to 40, but still it's already past 30, which is pretty insane. We also have Omnimon Ultra B, because we have new Ultra Omnimon support coming up. So Ultra B from back in EX4, its price is just skyrocketed here. You got this down here. So yeah, it was like under 20 bucks. Now it's up at 35. Not a lot of copies in the market because the X4 is getting pretty old now, so gotta watch out for that stuff too. Gravity Crush, Magidramon's doing well, and like every deck is playing like 3 Gravity Crush. Honestly, this might see the card get hit finally. And you can see it's been kind of all over the place, but now it's right back up there. Most recent sale being 30, and not a lot of copies on the market for this event pack version. So, Peridimon, he's going up in price too. You can see there, not as expensive, but you know, down around 12, back up to 20. So there's been a lot of hype about new Peridimon support in the future sets. So we're seeing this starting to trend up here. A few copies there, and then you're up to 25, and a few copies, and you're up to 30. So definitely, if you're looking for this card, I would maybe think about picking up now before it gets bought out. Magna is up again. It's always, you know, up and down, but fluctuating very up. It's kind of plateaued off right here, but almost $100 again. Whereas before we were down around 80. Expensive card, always. Lots of copies on the market, so I don't see it going over 100 anytime soon. But still expensive card, and you need 4 of it to play the Magnamon deck. So Dustmon's seen a little bit of a bump here. There's a couple purple hybrids made it into the regionals, the top 16, top 8 of one of the regionals, Oceania, TAC, and Latin America. One of them was TAC, but it was Latin America, it was Oceania, and it was the UK regionals. So we saw some tops from purple hybrids. That was really cool. So now we're seeing this card pick up a little bit of steam here, get a little bump. Lots of copies. Probably won't go over 30 in the next little while. So Galacticmon it's topping. Not much, but it's getting a top here and there. So seeing this kind of creep up, it kind of come down since the set released, and now I think it's creeping. You know, it was around 15 bucks, and now it's finally creeping back up to around 20. Again, lots of copies. So I have to sell a bunch before it goes over 20. This Patamon, this promo Patamon from the Adventure 202, the beginning set, has just been spiked up in price. You got last sale, 30 bucks. Only 7 copies on the market. And this is always good because it lets you search your security stack and add a yellow or black card with 2 colors, which is really, really good to hand. And then recovery +1. So plus inheritable, all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 2,000 DP. So this is a card, depending on what support gets announced, it could be very good, and people are hyping it up, and we're seeing a price increase to match. So yeah, if you have copies of this, I would sell that right now. Another deck that I managed to get a top this time is the Hero deck. Hero deck did very, very well. A couple tops here. So looking at Gaiamon, it's still low, still very low. You know, less than 30 bucks. Lots of copies. I don't see it going over 30 in a while. It's not your main card in the deck, so you know there's other cards in the deck like Globemon, Gotchamon, and there's the deck's kind of wild if you've seen it. So definitely thinking with in terms of Gaiamon, yeah, you want to you want to sell this right now. I think because I think it'll go down. Definitely think it'll go down. See, it's not even trending up right now. It started to taper off, but definitely sell it. We also have Rina Shinomiya. We got new All Force support announced, so that's really exciting. New All Force support. So Arena has just shot up, you know, like under $50 all the way up to 70. There's not a lot of copies in the market, and it's already over 100. So I expect this to go over 100, especially if we get an All Force reveal. If we get an All Force reveal, that's going to be nuts. Gaiomon, with, you know, anytime you get more War Greymon support, Gaiomon stuff, prices start to spike. So you can see here that the promo was around $5. Now it's up at around $12, $13. But, you know, last sold's $20, and you got a couple copies, and then you're over $20. So definitely this one could see a buyout real soon. And then we have the promo Mastimon, again, with the hackers, memory, cyber sleuth stuff, BT22, BT23. We're going to potentially see more Mastimon stuff. And Mirai and stuff like that. So we're seeing prices here. Yeah. And I believe we're also seeing, yeah, again, another promo. It was like $5. Now it's already over $20, and that's just from the last set. So definitely sell these while you can, because they will go back down. And then even too, you're seeing like the same thing happen. Mastimon Ace, seeing that kind of trend upwards. You see there from like $25 to $40. Nuts, pretty good. Mirai's from EX6 is over $100. It was down around 64. That's been trending up ever since, you know, slowly, but now making its way. There's only a couple copies, and they're all over 100. So if we get some good Mastimon support, this is gonna be expensive deck. There was one other one I wanted to talk about, and that was Hunters. Hunters actually managed to top here, if I can spell properly. Hunters managed to top, so we have a Restrodramon here. Yep, seeing that spike as well. Still going up, tapering off a little bit, but still going up. And, you know, $20 a copy. It's harder to get this card nowadays. As well as like Tagiru will be another one here. This card is a must-have for the deck. But so we're seeing it was all down, but we're seeing a little bit of a bump right here where it starts to come back up. So now that we're seeing those tops, we're seeing these cards get a little bit of a price boost right there. Nothing super huge, but you know, still good. And another thing too that's good in this deck is the Dark Dramon Ace is in the deck. It's a very cheap card. But it's even it. You can see there's a small bump there. Even it got a little bit of a boost. Not that it's a very expensive card to begin with. So that's kind of the result of Hunters getting some tops in those regionals that we talked about here. But that is the market analysis, guys. That's what we came to talk about. What do you guys think about it? Lots of hype for EX9, BT22, BT23. Lots of hype coming out of that, as well as, you know, a lot of different cards seeing a little boosts because of how they did in the regionals. We got one more North American regionals for this month happening this weekend, so we'll see if that changes the needle anything. But tell me what you guys think about all this. Do you think the game is becoming less affordable with all these super hyped up cards? You know, these things like Arenas and Mirais that are gonna, you know, be really expensive going into those sets like BT22, BT23, or is this just par for the course with the Digimon TCG? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.